Tell me about. I wanted to ask a little bit about sustainability. You guys are kind of known for sustainability, and I'd like to learn more about your approach.
Well, it's to be in the demolition business in the GTA, you almost have to be somewhat sustainable. You have to recycle a certain amount. If you just take down a building and put it in the truck and take it to the landfill, you probably won't last long. The cost of landfilling in the GTA has always been one of the highest it's been. So you can't compare it to doing work in other places sometimes because of it. So my other thing with sustainability is we have a yard that we still sell used goods out of. Like if you're taking down a house, for example, and on the side of that house is like a 2-year-old air conditioner, you can grab it like this and chuck it in the back of the bin. But what good is that really doing? That thing has life left in it. And my thing is the yard should always have inventory once we have a certain amount of volume of stuff. And then, you get nostalgic stuff. Like in my office, I have 2 seats from Maple Leaf Gardens and 2 seats from Rogers Center and 2 seats from whatever you want to do, a whole bunch of other places, right? But I mean, like that's more nostalgic than sustainable. But even like SM insulation, sometimes we'll take a roof by hand, save the SM insulation, bring it back to our yard, and we sell every piece of it.
Really?
Because
Wow.
SM insulation really doesn't go bad.
Wow.
Like if you have a piece
That's
of
super
SM
interesting.
insulation that's 20 years old, it hasn't lost its R value. It hasn't, if you want to use it to bury a foundation or something like that to insulate a foundation wall or something like that, you can buy it for half the money and it still does the same job. So, and then the steel beams, steel stairs, some of the old, chairs and desks and stuff like that. I mean, some of it's still good. It's not all good, but some of it's still good. So we try and pick and choose what to bring back to our yard that we really have a confidence level that we can sell. It's not just a matter of filling up the yard. So, but we've done a pretty good job of that in the last couple of years, trying to whittle that down. And, we've always crushed our own concrete on site. And now we have probably 5 crushers crushing. So we do custom crushing as well. And we have our own scrap yard, so we try and bring our scrap back to our yard if it's a mixed load, so we can try and sort it and segregate it and basically upsell it once it's separated. And we do the same thing with a lot of our non-ferrous. So we'll bring some of our non-ferrous back to the yard and we'll sort it, separate it, clean it, and upsell it for the highest money. And so that's all part and part of it. Now we're starting to get into some bigger discussions on, like I was just at a conference in Austria, Vienna, Austria, and the company over there did a presentation and they calculated their carbon footprint as a demolition / excavation company, and they switched their diesel fuel to like a biofuel, and their carbon footprint went down by like 92%. So, I mean, I dare to ask someone in our office to just, can you start working on our carbon footprint calculation? But I think as a company that you need to start doing that sooner than later, and then do it the next year and just see if, even if you improve by even 1%, I think that's good. Like, obviously you'd want to improve by as much as you can, but at the same token, I think if you could actually make an improvement in your carbon footprint, you're winning. So that's just an interesting concept, but that's how you look at it from a high level, I think, to a certain degree. And I think that's where it's going to move to. Certain clients are going to actually start asking you these kinds of questions, like, what is your carbon footprint? And I mean, if somebody was to ask us that today, I think the answer would be we'd have to get back to you on that one.
Yeah.
So, it's just, so it's all that. And I think the big thing is just employee retention. I think the more people you can keep around a longer period of time, I think it actually ends up being a more sustainable way to run your business. I think the turnover is hard on any business, but at the end of the day, it's, if you're driving a truck somewhere and you're happy driving a truck here, I think that's great. And you should drive a truck here for a long period of time. I'm not saying it has to be forever, but don't come here for 3 months or 6 months and then go there for 3 months or 6 months. Like, you should stick it out for a few years, no matter where you go, and give it a chance, in my opinion. But there's just a lot of, I guess it's a turbulent labor market right now, is maybe a fair way of saying it, right? So there's just a
for sure.
shortage of people and stuff like that. So